Hello there friends and welcome. Today we're going to learn how to acquire Jharsygax, the Dragon Familiar. That's right, you can eventually have your own little Dragon Familiar. And he does have a very useful effect of providing an additional 1d4 elemental damage on a successful hit with your attacks, which can help a lot when it comes to proccing the Elemental Barrage Mythic ability. Now, fighting Jharsygax is not really that hard, but you can end up missing it if you don't do it properly. And even if you don't care for the familiar, it's still a very fun quest to do because it's one of the very few parts of the game where you can actually fight multiple dragons. I believe the only other dragon you fight is Devara during chapter 3, or the undead dragon later on. Still, for those that like fighting dragons, be sure to do it. So here's how it goes. During chapter 3, after some time you eventually meet an NPC called Latimus who will come to your court in Dresden and tell you to head to an area called the Dragon Burial Ground. You don't really need to do anything for this event to spawn, I believe it just happens after some time has passed, once you start chapter 3. So of course, all you have to do is head there first, and this is very important because if you don't go there during chapter 3, you will not be able to progress this quest further on and will miss the Dragon Familiar. All you have to do is head there really. There are some enemies like some spiders and undead, but nothing really hard. Close to the central area with a bell and a sealed door, you'll find Latimus, and he'll tell you to come back later on. And that's all you have to do for chapter 3. Now you'll only be able to continue this quest once chapter 5 starts. Latimus will once again appear before you in your Dresden court and tell you to head back to the Dragon Burial Ground once again. So simply head there once more. And here is where the fun really starts. And once you go back to the same place where you found Latimus, in the burial ground, you'll find out he's actually a black dragon, and is trying to fight with a silver dragon in order to protect the dragon egg that is about to hatch. Now at this point in the quest you have two choices, well three basically. You can choose to ally with the evil dragon, Latimus, or with the good aligned dragon, Rokugan. Or you can actually kill both of them. I do believe regardless of the outcome, you can still get the Dragon Familiar, so just choose the one that fits your roleplaying. Of course, we are on the demon path, so we are going to kill both dragons. So let's choose to take the treasure for ourselves. We are on unfair of course, after all this is a dragon battle. So first we have Rokugan. Well, honestly the dragons here aren't that troublesome. Most likely because you'll be close to level 19 or 20 even. He does have close to 70 armor class, but that's not really an issue for our characters. I think he'll go down very fast in just a single round. And dragons do tend to have very low initiative.
Don't hold back!
So let's just attack really. Might as well drop a Mark of Justice with SEELAH. Why not? So there we go, the dragon already died. And that's it for the silver dragon. A fun part about this battle is that, as you've just seen, the dragon actually gives more than 100,000 experience, which is perfect for leveling up and reaching level 20. And since we are now going to fight the other dragon, that's double the experience for us. Now a fun thing about killing both dragons is that they actually drop pet gear. The silver dragon drops the holy knee pads, which adds 2d6 holy damage on our pet's attacks, which is very powerful. And the evil dragon drops the unholy knee pads, for the same effect except it's 2d6 unholy damage. So now we have to check the egg. Now the other dragon will come somewhere near here, so be sure to send your large characters close to him, otherwise it will be blocked by your other party members.
No reason to pause.
Poison.
Now we just have to check the egg.
Is so diverse these days.
I believe you can choose anything here. The dragon likes you regardless of your choices, so he's keen on going with you. Of course, even our demon is kind to little creatures, so let's be kind to the dragon. And there we go. We have our own Dragon Familiar. But of course, Latimus will now come, and we have to face him. Oh, and of course, like any true dragon, his real name is something incomprehensible, Jharsygax Agamornaliandre, or something like that. So let's kill the other dragon now. Mark of Justice with SEELAH, and everyone just has to attack. there we go, in just 1 second as usual. And now we have Jharsygax for ourselves. And just so you can see here, like all of the other pets, the Dragon Familiar does follow you around. Here he is, pretty cute, right? And as usual, if you have Aivu on your party on the AZATA mythic path, she will actually comment on the dragon when you first hatch him. Personally, I was kinda expecting more of the dragon battles in the game, They are somewhat easy, besides the ambushes with Devourer during chapter 3 where she catches you unbuffed, but you don't actually have to win those battles as she will just run away after dealing a bit of damage. And the actual true battle against her, either in the Storyteller Tower or the Ivory Sanctum, is pretty easy as well, when decently prepared. I really wish we had something like in Baldur's Gate 2, where the dragons are really tough and can easily destroy your party if you aren't truly prepared. I mean, having your entire party being completely destroyed by the Red Dragon Fearkrag in Baldur's Gate 2 is probably a rite of passage for most of the players. If not winning, but with half your party members permanently killed from all of the damage they'll take. Which is of course manageable, but it does require a lot of proper preparation and meta knowledge, so you'll probably die the first time you face him. I also personally wish the models were a bit bigger. It's probably an issue with all of the enemy models in Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Like the Demon Lord, the Scary for example, who is meant to be huge, is very tiny when we actually fight them. I'm guessing this is because of limitations of the engine or the camera. But it does kinda take a lot of the, amusement and fear that comes with facing an enemy like a dragon. Which does strike me a bit strange because, if you've noticed, the Mythic Glabrezu enemies you face are actually gigantic, and they even cast Mirror Image, which completely clogs your entire screen. So I wonder why not increase the size of enemies like the dragons and the Scary. They certainly were massive size in Baldur's Gate 2, decently sized in Neverwinter Nights 1, and very big, as in actual dragon size in Neverwinter's Night 2, at least for the lone red dragon that you fight there. But then again, I'm not sure what they could do to improve the dragons. Well, actually, they could certainly have them start pre-buffed, because, dragons are natural spellcasters like sorcerers, and they always have a few spells available. They don't need to have levels in a casting class to cast spells. And when you consider these two dragons, they don't really have any buffs at all. They could certainly use stuff like Mirror Image, if you at least had to spend an action dispelling them, like you do with some of the late boss enemies in the game. Well, the fights might be a little bit different instead of just destroying them in one round. And also give them a few special abilities. In Baldur's Gate 2, for example, dragons had a Wing Buffet ability that you couldn't really become immune against, and it would send your characters flying away from the dragon. This could help the dragon gain, for example, attacks of opportunity, and allow them to cast healing spells or order defensive buffs as your characters have to reach the dragon, either through normal movement or by casting teleportation spells, to add a little more strategy. But then again, at this point in the game we are extremely powerful, so I'm not sure it would make much of a difference in the end. Still, I do hope if we get more dragon battles in the upcoming DLCs, that they are tougher. Alright, so this was it everyone. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you did, please remember to like, subscribe, and even become a member for some exclusive perks to support the channel. Thank you for watching and see you next time, friends!